Hello, science fans, and welcome to SHE-ensya. Do you ever wonder what it's like to be in the wonderful world of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics? Let us hear from our SHEroes, experts, students, and aspiring STEM advocates about what it's like to be passionate about science and technology. Join us in today's episode as we discuss how to pursue STEM beyond the borders of the Philippines, and talk to SHEroes who turn their passion into action. There's no denying it. Traveling is at the top of everyone's bucket list. Whether it's a seat sale or an upcoming long weekend, people invest their hard-earned paychecks on the chance to get away, even if it's just for a little while. And though the COVID-19 situation has certainly made traveling difficult, I believe it's still part of everybody's future plans. And traveling doesn't have to be just a means of escape. It can actually be a tool to further your education and your career. Studying abroad is a global phenomenon with students crossing continents and oceans to get their preferred education. But why has choosing a university destination in another country become so popular? One of the biggest benefits of studying abroad is being immersed in an environment that is completely different from your home. In a way, it helps you see things differently. It allows you to do things that you didn't expect to do. And at the same time, it allows you to meet people who have grown up in a different culture. For instance, while living abroad, you'll be able to try new food, hear traditional music, have a go at local activities, and explore everything else your host culture has to offer. It's also fascinating to learn to see your own culture through the eyes of somebody else's. You can learn a lot about yourself and your home country this way. Of course, no matter where you study, the goal is to get the best possible quality of education. Becoming an international student will greatly broaden your options. Studying overseas can provide training in new fields and disciplines that are as yet not available in your home. It provides access to cutting-edge laboratories and technologies, and you also get to meet experts in the field from a wide variety of cultures, and create lasting networks and memories that you can bring home. Of course, the main reason for getting a degree anyway is to increase your employment prospects. In a globalized, well-connected world, employers greatly value graduates with international experience. Studying abroad helps you to learn new languages, appreciate other cultures, overcome challenges of living in another country, and gain a greater understanding of the world. These are all things that modern businesses look for when hiring, and such traits will only become more important in the future. Filipinos have made impacts in various universities and laboratories abroad. So let's hear from our SHEroes of the week about their motivations for studying overseas. Maria Victoria Faith Garcia is currently a PhD student in South Korea. She's an experienced associate researcher with demonstrated history of working in the higher education industry. She's very much skilled in molecular biology techniques and is excellent in public speaking.
Hi, I'm Maria Victoria Faith Garcia, and I am a former master's student in the biology department of De La Salle University under the advisorship of Dr. Maria Carmen Ablan Lagman in the Practical Genomics Laboratory. Nice to meet you. 반갑습니다.
Studying and living in a country with a completely different culture is definitely a challenge. What could be the primary motivation of Maffy that led her to studying away from home?
So I believe that learning from other institutions, especially internationally, will also add to the value of Philippine research in the future.
Now, China as a nation has created a lot of the most divisive issues in the 21st century. But as a very advanced Asian nation, also has a lot to offer in terms of education and research. Let's now hear from someone who's braved these eastern shores. Melissa Pecundo is currently a PhD student at the University of Chinese Academy of Sciences in Beijing and South China Botanical Garden in Guangzhou, while performing her dissertation experiments at the Shanhu Botanical Garden in Shenzhen, Guangdong. She's working on fungal endophytes associated with the coralloid roots of psychedelics.
Hello, science fans! I am Melissa, a graduate of MS in Microbiology and currently pursuing my PhD degree in molecular biology as a scholar of the Chinese Academy of Sciences and the World Academy of Sciences here in China. For my research, I specifically study the diversity, ecology, and interaction of microorganisms associated with plants and soil.
The University of the Chinese Academy of Sciences is notable for producing the first female doctoral graduate of China and is well respected globally. What could have inspired Mel to study in this esteemed institution?
My exposure to the classroom as a teacher made me realize that educators in the field of natural sciences must teach from experience. With the encouragement from my former supervisor, inspiration from my colleagues, and my personal desire of becoming a better educator, I was then pushed to apply for a doctoral scholarship abroad. Lucky enough, I was able to get a scholarship that funded my living expenses and tuition here in China.
Gwen Dumayas, our third SHEro, is a freshman at the University of Washington, hailing from the Philippine Science High School system. She's doing a pre-med course with a minor in dance.
Hello science fans, my name is Gwen Dumayas. I am a pre-med student at the University of Washington and I am intending to major in medical laboratory science with a minor in dance.
UW is an amazing institution that I have many beautiful memories of. But it's amazing how Gwen, at such a young age, decided to brave the Pacific Northwest.
First, this all started when in my high school, which was Philippine Science High School, we were required to find a program that would further deepen our knowledge to any science-related field that we were interested in. So when I was researching for programs, I came upon this one summer camp that was for high school students, and it was to learn more about the field of medicine. And this was going to be held at the University of Pennsylvania. And so I was really glad that I went because there were so many lectures that I learned from, there were so many hands-on experiences, so many resources and facilities we used. And I even got to share more of my culture to others and I got to learn their culture back. And so that program really made me realize that I wanted to continue my college education outside of the Philippines.
Studying beyond the borders of the Philippines is both exciting and challenging. Also provides a unique opportunity to represent the Filipino people to a wider audience. How did our SHEroes prepare to take advantage of this opportunity?
You know, for me it was really hard because I didn't have any family members or relatives that had the experience of studying abroad. I had to search for programs, I had to search for organizations, and so I urge you to find organizations in the Philippines that support students like us who want to study abroad, because I know that there are a lot and they're even free, and I think you should take advantage of those kinds of opportunities.
Some would say that you should be able to publish first before you should try your hand in studying abroad, but though that is advantageous for some other professors are willing to give you the chance to apply in their laboratories even with minimal research experience. They are also open to teaching you and molding you into becoming better researchers. So I think in terms of opportunities, apply as much as you can, whether or not you think you have a chance, because the most important thing is you try.
It takes a lot of hard work and belief in yourself to get a lift off to study overseas. But once you're there, what can students expect from their foreign education?
It is definitely one great opportunity to see and live in another country for free. With the full scholarship that I got, I was able to experience new culture, tradition, and the chance to be exposed to a different style of education and new way of learning. I was also able to adopt new skills and knowledge from my laboratory in Shenzhen, which I think is vital for my career as a scientist.
There's a saying that a lot of things worth doing requires a certain level of sacrifice. I wonder what kind of hurdles our SHEroes had to go through in order to get to where they are now.
Taking from my own experience, One of the most challenging part of studying abroad is homesickness. Imagine being away from home for 3 to 5 years. It is not easy. Being in a non-native English-speaking country is really challenging. I still remember the day when I left the Philippines for China since the semester is about to start. At ang baon ko lang na Mandarin words ay ni hao and she, which means hi or hello and thank you. Luckily enough, there's a 4-month language course that is part of my PhD program.
For me, the most difficult thing is being away from home. I am very close with my family, so the most difficult thing for me is thinking about what is happening in the country and how could I protect my family from far away. And aside from that, you should also anticipate differences in work culture. Here in Korea, they don't really have a sense of resting time when working, so they expect you to always be working and studying even during the weekends.
So for me, one of the hardest things for me was being independent. You know, I had to learn how to cook for myself. I had to learn how to do groceries by myself, how to clean up after myself. I had to learn all of that. And it was also really hard because I didn't know anyone in school. So I felt alone a lot of the times at first. But once I got to network with other people, it was better for me.
Adaptation and resilience are certainly key characteristics that helped our SHEroes adjust to studying while being immersed in a foreign culture. But even though their journeys are still ongoing, there are certain aspects about their experience that make it worth it.
Being independent was really fulfilling. One of the other fulfilling things was I got to learn more about the cultures of other people. You know, I love learning that, and that was really fulfilling for me. And I also loved networking and meeting other people, making other friends. That was really fulfilling for me, and also achieving my goals here of doing good in my academics.
The most fulfilling part of studying overseas is that you get the opportunity to meet people and students coming from different parts of the world. Studying abroad means having the chance to expand your horizon because you get to meet people who share the same passion and interests like you do. This is also an opportunity for me to represent my country. So as a Filipino student in China, I am now able to share to others our unique culture and tradition.
Being able to represent my country and for them to see that Filipinos are hard workers, are intelligent people, and that we are an asset to anywhere that we go. I see this whenever my professor would ask if there are other students who are interested in joining our laboratory because they see the value of Filipino hard work.
So here at SHE-ensya, we made this video for students who are trying to decide whether studying abroad is for them. So let's hear from our SHEroes one more time about what they have to say that can help you decide.
If you are interested in studying outside of the Philippines, you have to understand that there are difficulties, but at the same time, the returns are going to outweigh all the difficulties that you're going to face. Additionally, once again, let me reiterate that there is no harm in trying, and being rejected is fine. We will all get rejected at some point in our lives, so why not start now?
So to all aspiring Filipina who dream of studying overseas, keep looking for study programs abroad. Mind you, there are a lot of scholarships that you can explore, not just in Asia but even in Europe or the US. If you happen to stumble on opportunity, go grab it.
My message would be just go for it, you know? If there are opportunities available for you, if you have the courage to apply, if this is really your dream, then just go for it. If you have doubts, don't worry, that's completely normal. I also had doubts. I thought I wouldn't get into any college at first before, but I pushed through. I never gave up. I let people in to help me. And I got in. I just never gave up, so you should never give up either. And just know that you can do it.
Studying abroad is a huge decision that can expand your horizons. But it's not necessarily for everyone. So when you're trying to make that decision, please factor in your finances, your physical, and your mental health. After all, there are a lot of universities here in the Philippines that offer competitive and amazing undergraduate and graduate degrees. And your education abroad can be in the form of short workshops, fellowships, and other short-term travel opportunities. We'll be putting in some links to scholarship options at the description of this video and also to its corresponding blog. Thank you so much to our SHEroes for giving us a glimpse of what is it like to study STEM overseas. For our viewers, I hope you were able to learn something from our short video today. And if you did, I hope you can give this video a thumbs up. Also, consider subscribing to our channel. If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, especially for future episodes of What Is It Like, I hope you don't hesitate to message me, your resident Filipino scientist, in the comments section below. Thank you very much, and see you around!